Hi friend, welcome back to Doña's Plants with Doña. My name's Sandra. Just kidding, my name's Doña. Y'all know that. Today, I'm going to be talking about the spider plant. I have sort of 3 spider plants. But I'll tell you a little bit about my spider plants, how I care for them, and how they've been a struggle for me a little bit until I just kind of started ignoring them, and now they're better. So this is Linda Longlegs. Y'all have met her before during my bottom watering video. This baby doesn't have a name, but I'd like to show you. For some reason, she's gray like she needs water. So you can see the difference in the foliage between this one, now she looks kind of gray and faded out, and Linda after she's fully watered and happy. And all right, so let's talk about, really quick, I want to talk about misconceptions for spider plants and most plants in general. Most plants that we purchase as houseplants are tropical plants, meaning they come from a rainforest type area, which is very humid. So there's a misconception that all houseplants need a very high level of humidity. I live in the high desert of Southern California. My house may be 15 to 20% humidity on a good day, maybe 30 on a good day if I do something different. But it's very dry in my home. So the biggest issue I was having with spider plants, this was one of the first ones I had and it was very, very small, was that I kept trying to make special accommodations so that she would have more humidity, putting her on a pebble tray, running a humidifier, and I ended up just watering her way too much. So she actually almost died once, and now I just kind of leave her alone. Her pot's probably too big because her root ball probably doesn't fill this whole pot out. And because of that, when I bottom water most of my plants, typically I just water this one from the top and give her a splash. Or if I bottom water her, I leave her in her for about 5 minutes and take her out, so that otherwise all of her soil becomes saturated and she has too much water, yada yada yada. So just monitor your plants. If you hear that a plant requires very high humidity, give it about a week or 2 in your home, regular natural environment, see how it does, and then make adjustments accordingly. Most of the time, our plants need more light than they need all the other stuff that we're doing for them, like special soil and yada yada. Okay, so about the spider plant. Again, this is Linda Longlegs. I will begin with watering. Like most of my plants, I water them when they're dry. As I showed you during my bottom watering video, Linda is very vocal with being dry. Her foliage gets washed out and a little bit gray. She doesn't wilt at all, but I go by the color of her foliage to find out whether or not she needs water. And I bottom water her just like I do all the rest of my plants. Her pot isn't very large. She's in maybe a 6-inch pot. So I left her in that bottom watering bowl for 15 to 20 minutes. Her soil is very, very porous, so most of her soil is going to retain water. Some of our plants have soil that's not as absorbent, so you may have to leave them in there longer. You may have to poke holes in the soil to give the water channels to flow through so that it can actually absorb into the soil, so the roots have something to drink from. Lighting when it comes to spider plants, like most of my plants, bright indirect sunlight. As I mentioned before, if you have any windows that are south, it really doesn't matter the direction of the window, but if you have any windows that have direct sunlight shining through really harsh, really strong, cut it with a sheer curtain, because there are going to be very few houseplants other than some succulents and cacti that enjoy that type of really bright, strong light. I have Linda hanging on my plant wall maybe 4 feet from a north facing window. It's always open and she's really happy. Let's see. Oh, propagation, because she's got babies hanging all over. So all these little bundles that you see, even these little tiny ones that aren't fully formed, are Linda Longlegs' babies. I took a few out and I'm working on propagating them. You can see how gray they are because they'd like more water. But the key to propagation is humidity to help roots develop. So I have a plastic container that's clear and a paper towel. which I add water to. So as the water evaporates, hopefully the roots are getting the humidity they need. The container is clear so that all areas, the foliage and the roots, are getting enough sunlight to help root development. What would really be awesome, don't go anywhere, is to use a container like this, which is just something that I bought strawberries in because it's got, what's that, DJ?
Numbers.
Oops. Numbers? Come show everybody your numbers. Because it's got ventilation holes everywhere, and the fact that it's closed will help encourage that humidity. Come over here. Yeah, you gotta come up here. This would be ideal, but I just finished these strawberries.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Show everyone your numbers. Wow, look at that, y'all. Upside down number sticker. Workbook. Yeah. DJ's gonna work on some numbers once we're done here. Right, DJ?
Can I try?
Yeah, you're gonna try it. Do that, dude. Look at all those cool numbers.
Whoa, look at that.
Ideally,
Wow, look at
I'd like for these roots
that.
to be a lot more developed, probably about 1.5 inches long before I'm ready to put these pups in soil. But propagation is very easy. I would simply
No, Mommy.
clip this here, put it into one of these containers or one of these containers, and leave it for a couple weeks. As I missed whatever medium, you can use a paper towel, or you can use sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss? I think it's sphagnum moss, which is best found at a pet store. It's less expensive and you find it.
Stickers.
Stickers! DJ's into numbers, in case you can't tell. Sphagnum moss is cheaper at a pet store. Yes,
look,
DJ?
These are good in the paper.
You're gonna put them on the paper?
Yeah, these one.
Okay. You wanna go do it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Versus buying them at some specialty plant store, it's the same stuff. The great thing about sphagnum moss is just like the paper towel, all it does is hold the moisture. As it evaporates, it causes that humidity that the roots like to help them produce and grow. And my dog's outside eating poop. All right. Light, water, propagation. What else is there? I mentioned already that I don't typically feed or fertilize my houseplants. I may begin soon just to give them a little boost, but when I do choose some sort of fertilizer,
Can I help?
Yeah.
Can I take it out?
When I do choose some sort of fertilizer, I will absolutely, there you go, update you. Here, you want to take this too? Put it over there. Here,
Okay.
put it over there. Thank you. Let's see. We talked about humidity. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it is. Light, water, food. I think that might be it. So that's all the knowledge that I have in my little body about spider plants. There's a name for spider plants in Spanish, something like the bad mother, because of how many babies they have. And if you leave these babies on here for a while, they'll just fall off. Or if this was close to the ground, they would just root and just start growing on their own. So spider plants are super easy. They enjoy humidity. So if you have a shower, I mean, all plants like humidity, except for cacti maybe. Just think about their environment. When it comes to plant care, really is the best piece of advice is think about their environment. There's a YouTuber by the name of Only Plants. He's a gentleman that lives out in Indonesia, I believe. And it's insanely tropical there. So he has all these big, beautiful plants because they're in their ideal environment. All the leaves are all lush, and he still has to make adjustments. Some of them like more light, some of them like less light. But the plants are so happy there because he lives in a tropical environment and he has tropical plants. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is learn about your plants, about where they're native to before you go to a website or just type into Google spider plant care. Look into instead where are spider plants native to, and do your best to mimic that environment when it comes to lighting and watering, not necessarily watering, I'd say lighting and humidity. But just remember that most houseplants, because they are tropical, they are living underneath the canopy of trees. So that's one of the biggest reasons why they don't like that bright direct sunlight. They prefer filtered, indirect light. Okay, friends, that's all today about spider plants. Me and Linda Longlegs, we thank you. We thank you for watching. We thank you for being a part of this. What am I supposed to say? Make sure you leave a comment and thumbs up and like and subscribe and all that cool stuff. And if you have any suggestions for a plant that you'd like me to discuss, feel free to ask or let me know. Otherwise, I'll be back on Wednesday with another video. I appreciate you for watching and have a great day.